Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
You'd very much like it as stand behind Braum is going to come through. So an uninspiring bottom side of the map after DRX basically locked in 3 of the greatest champions on this patch in every other role.
Yeah. The top side. And you know what? I'm not used to casting games like this after what we had in 3 games of the other one. I'm like, well, this is a little slow, isn't it?
The pace is not really up there like it was in our previous series. You're absolutely right. You can see the Frog has actually been able to take some control here towards the top side. I actually had to go and check the teleport to see what was happening as a bear comes down into the mid lane. And Yahoo is going to be battling with it. You really cannot underestimate Tibbers just being left on top of you and hitting you with his paws.
Yeah, this is kind of how this matchup goes, is you do press R and then all of your other buttons onto the Ahri.
And she loses that one of them is the stun version.
Yeah, and she loses all of her health.
Yeah. As Frog might be just dead. Yes, Perfect is going to solo kill him. Missing a little bit of context. As you can see, Sponge and Yahoo, both of them going back home. And Earth, Wind, and Firewolf, is it going to be my Earth, Wind, and Fire in order?
I hope so.
Really nice.
I hope so.
Oh, Orcs, are you paying attention? And he was sort of minutes until the next dragon. Not a whole lot to fight for on the map right now to really utilize that one item spike. Could be pretty powerful as Yahoo's going to get snared up by Beryl. Aftershock is going to wear off, though, as Heartbreaker coming on in there as the bear goes down. Man, that is a feather recall. That was amazing from Teddy. Not able to get any kills just yet, though, as Frog going down so low depth. Gets it with a hail of arrows as Sponge finally able to grab one back as well. But now the Vi is out of the fight, and the Cassante is Cassanteing, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect gets another.
As long as she doesn't miss the bear, which is pretty hard to do. That's a lot. He didn't even have the stun for that one, actually, but hit it afterwards.
It's very rude.
And it's just, in the late game, obviously, you're going to need a little bit more than that. You're going to need your team to follow up on that Tibbers stun and actually blow people up. Like, Tef will be following up on that. Perf will be looking for a Q3. You've got the Barrow ultimate. But in this early game, it's just alone enough, I guess. So far, this game, it just has been.
Yep.
BDD in danger.
Yeah, there's a cease and desist as BDD knew that something could be coming, as that is a very dead Vi. Yep, brought him underneath the turret with that preemptive flash. Really nicely done from BDD. And Yahoo, not going to be able to do too much. He does have his ultimate back off.
Easy Barrel is just so smart, man.
He just knows, and, you know, maybe he has a bit of added experience alongside some of these guys as well. They've been in a similar organization for some time. It's okay. Yahoo diving on in there. They look for the Annie, and they do manage to take her down. But now, Tibbers is extraordinarily angry. Sponge is going to die alongside Yahoo. And yes, you managed to get your one target, but everyone else is still alive, and they will take you out. The entire top side of the map is destroyed, and now Teddy and Pleta, I think they might have to just watch on as this 20... Sante is power crept. Glacial Fissure is Beryl, Hex flashing over walls. But, like, what do you think? Because it's like Glacial Fissure, which is Braum's ultimate, is pretty much a Q3 from Cassandra.
Yeah, it's
a basic ability.
It's so hilarious when you put it that way, but, like, it actually is. It's so silly.
It's not fair.
It's just another reason for me to look at the Cassante champion in a less a positive light. Teddy does not have ult.
Oh dear, BDD is going to find him, and there is a depth charge. Pyoshik picks up the kill, and now he's going to possess this Xayah. Yeah, he gets the passive stacked up. That's a max range Chains of Corruption, and then the piercing arrow to go straight through the Braum. Didn't have a door that time. It was torn off the hinges, and KT, I think they're going to...
He is the main prime target, and KT just going to win the game off of this play, practically. I mean, they might not actually end, as Teddy is going to be up at 3 seconds here, but they get the push bottom as well. The inhibitor is down, and they get Soul. And this is a massive Baron power play for them. 1,700 gold on top of a guarantee for that next 120 seconds. Beryl.
Oh, Charm going to connect onto Pyoshik, who dashes his way up. Bear comes down, and Teddy going to have to go up into the sky, but it's not going to be enough to save him. He's going to stay up there as BDD takes him down. The Xayah once again is going to fall. That is the Pyoshik version of it. Maybe not the possession that he really wanted in that instance, because Xayah has been falling quite a lot this series as teleports are coming in, and KT, they want to go home.
Looks like it. I think that's going to be GG Atlas. Pleta holding up the door, but he is going to be pushed right through it into the death chamber, as that's the ace, and that is KT. Clean 1-0 start to the series, we could say, as they win all 3 lanes, and BDD just keeps setting up stuns, just keeps setting up plays. Fantastic game from Beryl as well. And the whole team just works together.
Many iterations.
It's so good into the Smolder as well. You know, he has some mobility, but if you get Hextech ultimatumed, it's really hard to play into.
Towards Rascal once again. That wall hasn't necessarily been his best friend as far as successful shots. As that is a flash in from Deft. All right, as the Shockwave and Yahoo. I mean, it's brute force, but that is first blood for BDD.
Yep, he doesn't have 2 charges. Heal is so great for this draft. It's not like Perfect is getting kills. It's blood.
Oh dear, yeah, the wall is going to come on through there, but the snare is going to land as well. Sponge gets amongst it though, as Pleta going down extraordinarily low. Def now finds himself in front of 3 people. Teddy's on fire as the Blacksmith is after him, and now Sponge is going to be taken down. It was a fight in so many different parts, and I feel like we missed a lot of the important bits, but Pleta's the last man standing, and Teddy is still there as well.
Now. And he might be way too far up this lane as there's no vision here. There's vision in the pit as I think he's realizing.
Well, there is a mom, and now Beryl going to get that knock up. Remember, Teddy, no flash up and available. That's a great little dash into the wall from Beryl. Gets the knock up, and oh my goodness. Okay, it's now 4-0.
Hextech ultimate and flash though.
That does make it quite difficult, but it is just going to be the wallop landing, and now gets the physical shield as well. Oh, the drill is going to land, and now Perfect tries to get out, but the wind becomes fire, and now BDD. Oh dear, he's running real quickly, looking to try and catch up to them. Does he have another dissonance? No, and he's going to get slowed down. That's not going to work. Perfect is going to be able to take down this outer turret on the bottom side of the map, though, as the Rift Herald was very distracting.
So the irony is the Rift Herald is still going to get KT, still get the dragon. So yes, it was weird shenanigans, and Pioshik's driving was mostly good and then got weird at the end.
Yep.
But still, it comes up all KT. And now the
ping-ponging of minion waves.
Yeah, Pioshik maybe for a steal attempt.
All right, Q going to go completely wide there as we've got a teleport coming in. Beryl wanting to get in on this action as there is a Camille coming down as well. The ramp, oh my god, there was another at some point, but he's gone now.
And they're just right now and pick up that second item. The Spear of Shojin will help him stack a little bit faster as Rascal may be in trouble.
Yeah, another hookshot going to come down there as Perfect just uses it to close the gap. There is the disengage from the Hextech ultimatum as Seismic Shove is going to miss. And now Sponge thinks he may have found Perfect, but it's actually Teddy that locks him down. Mom gets mad.
+1 stack.
And that is a second kill for DRX, and it's on exactly the right champion. Now, Sponge going in. The Seismic Shove is too good, and instantly they both blow up, and there's the KT we're used to seeing. Deft, that's a creative way of getting out of there, and he will be safe, at least for the moment, as Hook going to connect onto Beryl, and it looks like DRX want to go for Baron.
Yeah, it looks like they probably will be able to with 3 kills going over. There's just no one to stop them. No steal attempt here for Pioshik. I mean, he'll be up in 15
minutes on that one. And we'll just have to see whether this is going to be the recipe for Game 3 that DRX were looking for. So far, things looking better than the first game as Hextech Ultimatum comes on down. Teleport in from Beryl as well as he joins. They do manage to get the ram over as Perfect is just dead. Beryl's going to have to flash to get himself out of the way as now BDD and Pioshik in position to try and help out as Teddy. Oh, the 3-man shockwave is gigantic from BDD as they round the corner, but Teddy still at full health. He's sneezing all over them. And KT not going to be able to get rid of DRX that easily still. They managed to take down Pleta and trade for Perfect.
Was very worried for KT that we were going to see another situation that we just saw bottom side come to pass once more.
Oh, okay. Well, Yahoo is taking a lot of damage. Does have to flash to get out of the way. The Sonic Wave is... Oh, wind becomes lightning. That could have almost got Sponge in there, but instead he's going to be flashing to get himself out of the way as that back is not going... Oh, Teddy? Teddy is in a little bit of trouble, but so is Deft. BDD, can you actually find it? The clockwork windup's not enough! And Teddy is going to be able to walk out of this one. Perfect is now walking the wrong direction as he wants to make sure that he saves his teammates instead of just killing the low health Smolder. And in fact, he's just not able to do either of those things as Beryl does go down. And Perfect just wants to kill someone, but he's just not going to be able to do anything. So he teleports in to die.
So it's now a 2,000 gold lead for DRX. KT sprinted it, man. They really did. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, they just sprinted it. This is like, you know what? We have
taking some damage as well. BDD, like you say, off to the side, wants a big shockwave. As there is the Weaver's Wall. The kickback does come on through, but Mom gets angry, and down goes the Lee Sin. That means that the Drake is going to be secured, and the center just explodes, pops like a balloon. Another great shockwave, but it's too little, and it's definitely too late. Teddy once again limps away from the fight, but he gets everything that he wants. And it's feeling so much more like a 3-game series here. As Perfect is getting thrown around like a ragdoll. Nice little hook shot there, and he decides he wants to opt back into the fight. He's got a GA, and it's really sad that he has to say goodbye to it right here as Pleta moves on in. Rascal, he gets to Mini Nara, and that means that he can chase him down, even able to utilize his Super Mario Bros.
Down these turrets. Here's Yehu's wall.
Yeah, the Weaver's Wall has just been so valuable at locking down these positions. As there's the knock-up onto Teddy. The shockwave comes in. The Zhonya's comes on through, but he's so incredibly low, and there is the kill. So that is so much damage now missing. Q going to connect. There is another knock-up from Beryl, who's just taking matters into his own hands. And now the Hextech ultimatum into the backline. Yehu gonna be taken out as well. Beryl, another one. Not gonna quite find the stun there, but Rascal is the only one left alive. And yeah, I guess we doubted KT before, and maybe that gave them superpowers.
And it's going to be 2 TPs to top to try to push down this inhibitor so they can get double inhibs off the play, especially if Rascal gets stagger death here. He's not going to be up for a while.
He is kiting pretty impressively at this point in time. As yeah, that ward's perfect. This is dangerous. They are looking for the Camille. That's all they really want to lock down, but now he's able to get that flash over. Pleta is going to be able to lock him up. The Drake is secured by Beryl, so there is the Soul, but now they're looking to try and get on top of the Nautilus. It's not exactly the priority target, but that is so much work being done. The GA now going to get procced as Beryl is really actually just trying to win this game by himself. It's not enough though, because the GA comes in and the Zhonya's is going to be there. And now it's just the bottom lane against the world for KT.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough to defend this. Teleport coming through. This is an open inhibitor here, and they have a pretty big wave coming through. Teddy TP's back. Let's see what Beryl can get done.
Bar is just massive.
Deft has GA.
Yeah, not able to quite get a knock up here though. As you can see, Rascal just kiting Deft around. The first Nexus turret is going to fall as now GA going to be procced here. And the Elder Drake that is the Smolder is just burning through Beryl's massive health bar. And Teddy, he's got all of his health completely back. And Sponge, he can tank up the turret for as long as he likes. We're going to 3 games, ladies and gentlemen. This one does, and that's the Quinn. Okay, that's what Rascal wants to do, and this is what we were expecting, right? Like,
and it's actually Pleta on the Varus. Now, remember, Pleta is a...
Yeah.
I do appreciate this, given that... Oh, a little hesitation.
Yeah, Deft is just hopping on over. There is the snare, and it's so beautifully done as well as he picks it up. That is the Rend that's going to lock down first blood as now Beryl and Pleta up.
Does have the refillable pot now, and the longsword picked up as we're just constant action, I guess.
Yeah, BDD is in so much. He's just dead. He's just really, really dead. And now Pyoshik is looking for Sponge, but he knows that Rascal is just...
And that was it, in fact, for him. He is having the game of his life.
At least survive.
So the cool thing about the way, whether it's support or it's AD carry, is it has insane wave clear, and Teddy's using that well. Sponge has the fast track.
Yeah, that is a flash forward, and the Gaping Maw is fantastic from Teddy. Pleta locks down yet another.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Beryl looking for the opportunity here. Pop Blossom that is such a dead Talia. Talia has not been this dead in a really long time. As now Rascal dives forward, and Pyoshik is going to do the same thing. Gonna make sure
this wall is very dangerous here for KT. They need to play around it, respect it.
Yeah, and there the Chains of Corruption are finally going to land, but this time Fate's Call is going to respond immediately. You mentioned the Weaver's Wall. That is a single-man ultimate, but maybe it's just going to work out as Beryl locks down that kill. Teddy is flashing away because DRX wanting to try and keep their playoffs hopes alive. As that cute little kick out from Sponge, but he's going to get Nard into the wall, and now Beryl, he's going to turn up once again. The Nard looking like he might survive as the Pop Blossom onto 2. Perfect, able to find the Hyperprox. That flash was amazing to get out of the way of the blind, and now Sponge, he cannot close in on this. Safeguard finally comes in, but there he is with the fadeaway, and it's a double kill. Gonna kill him. No,
yes.
no.
I think that might happen. Is Rascal's flying over as fast as Valor can carry him.
Well, the Weaver's Wall is going to break things apart. As you can see, the Baron is going to go down exceptionally. It's stolen! What?
Yeah, who gets it done? Rascal is going to die for it.
Yeah, well, he might. Well, we'll just have to see. He's the most important member to have Baron. So getting that kill really going to be secured by Pureshik. That is Cloud Soul now available. As the Wind Becomes Lightning connects onto Teddy. There is the Scat of the Week as well. Wallop doesn't connect, but the snare, everything max range, and BDD flashes in. He'll be able to eat up the ultimate from Teddy, but... beg your pardon?
It's not pronouns.
Proper nouns?
No, I don't know what it is.
All right, well, that is a dead Rascal.
Rascal's dead.
Rascal is dead.
Yeah, I was also...
All right, Pleta might be dead right now as Pop Blossom onto Teddy. He can't catch a break, can he? It's just really not working out. The bottom lane is eradicated.
I think, Atlas, the question about can they play the tanks, you just need to play around space, and you need to play around Weaver's Wall, and if you lose control for just 1 second, you're doomed as...
And you need to get picks as well as Rascal on that flank angle like you were talking about. Deft is just bouncing around the fight. There is the Ren to lock up the kill, and he survives somehow. Fate's Call comes on in. That's going to make sure that the Nico lives as well. And
makes a decision there with Rascal. Maybe they can get him. They cannot. They don't have enough vision. As meanwhile, Pleta...
so Pleta was...
Forward, I thought it was a minion.
No, he was just being a control ward. It was like on the minimap, the biggest... Oh, okay, there's a jump scare, but immediately you can see Pureshik able to get the Crescent Guard out, and that means that he was the one that could actually face check. If you're actually going to put your body in there, you want to be Pureshik in this game, as Scat of the Week is going to connect onto the very fast Quinn, and she's dead. She's extremely dead. BDD go golden immediately afterwards, as Beryl doesn't quite find too much there with the Pop Blossom.
It's 2 flashes, though, on the immobile carries here.
And there's only, the Elder Drake is now up again. The flash forward from Beryl and the dive in. This Cinder is doing way too much damage right now. Or maybe the health bar of the Varus is just far too small. The Hui is going to fit into that boat as well as Sponge.
Final game in this series. Sponge alone isn't going to get it done. Rascal's going to come and watch. As the Baron buff is still active, and that should be it.
Yeah, Bouncy Castle going to come on through here as Rascal just wants a last hurrah, trying to get a couple of kills if he can, but he's not going to be able to. The Nexus goes down and...